Hello and welcome back to my channel. I was about to start shooting this video and it gave me the red light on my battery immediately, so I just had to switch my batteries. So we're off to a great start. Oh, so I think I have a splinter. Doesn't that suck? So I didn't know what to shoot for this week's video, really. I was gonna just blab. Then I was like, that's no fun. So now I actually have a ton of makeup here in front of me, and we're gonna do what do I call this? Like a chatty get ready with me, but I'm not going anywhere, and we're just gonna make it really super a lot. It's gonna be a lot. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know if this is gonna be Christmas themed or New Year's themed. I wanted to do red and green. That was my goal. But as it turns out, I really don't have any green eyeshadows. I have some in that big Crown Brush palette, but I don't actually know where that palette is. So that doesn't work. So instead, I think we're gonna go with red and maybe I don't know, silver or gold. Silver and gold. So how are you? What's new in your life before I start just jibba-jabbing? I really do like the idea of my last video of the year before my New Year's Eve Tuesday review being a sort of makeup video, because I feel like I haven't done as many sort of makeup videos in this sense this year as I have in years past, especially because I shat the bed on Halloween, kind of. Not really, but just less than I usually do. Beauty blender is really not as wet as it was before. Well, I feel like a lot of movies that I want to see came out all at once, and now I'm overwhelmed. Frozen came out while I was in New Zealand, and so I haven't seen that yet. But then I also really want to see Little Women, and then I also really want to see Cats. And then the remake of The Grudge comes out January 3rd, I think. And just so you know, The Grudge is one of the only horror movies that I saw for the first time as an adult that actually succeeded in giving me nightmares. I knew it would because I remember the trailers freaking me out so much as a kid. But that movie scares the bejesus out of me. So if the remake is any good, I probably won't sleep for the whole week. Star Wars, too. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I saw The Last Jedi in theaters, so I feel like I have to see Rise of the Skywalker or whatever it's called. That's what it's called, right? I just feel like so many movies came out all at once. And I wasn't ready for it, and I'm still not ready for it, and I haven't seen any of them. I can't believe... English. I can't believe I still haven't seen Frozen. That one's the one that kills me. Don't spoil it for me. I have done my best to avoid the songs. I still haven't even heard that, the big Elsa song that I know Brennan Urie does, the sort of single version of it. Still haven't heard it. I've avoided it, because I want to see it in the context of the movie first. It's almost been out for a month already. I'm running out of time. I'm shooting this a couple days before Christmas, and it's supposed to have, a warm front this week, so most of the snow that's covering the sidewalks and preventing me from leaving the house should melt, so I should just see a whole bunch of movies at once this week. One day I should go see Frozen, and then the next day I should go see Cats. I don't think anyone will see Cats with me. I know Shelby will see Frozen with me, but I don't know that she wants to see Cats. Not that I blame her. It looks absolutely terrifying. Why did they go that route with the CGI? I really feel like they should have just done makeup the way they do for the Broadway show, and it would have been significantly less weird than these weird human-cat hybrids, the way that they look in the movie. And Jennifer Hudson especially, I just feel like her face doesn't look right. It looks weird. I haven't even seen it yet, and I'm not a fan. Went to Starbucks, and I bought a Venti Java Chip Frappuccino, and it's already almost done. But I haven't had a Java Chip Wrap in a while, so a week. What else is new? Isn't it so weird to think back of the year as a whole? Going to New Zealand is one of those things that I thought I knew it was going to happen, but it was it seemed like it was going to be forever away for forever, and then I've already been and gone now. The world is so weird. And then I had to lean on this table. I'm really sorry. I hope it doesn't make a lot of noise. But I'm so tired. And then the other cool thing to think about is this is the end of the decade. So think about where you started this decade in 2010. And think about where you're ending it in 2020. In 2010, I would have been 16. So I would have been in grade 10, I believe. I think that's right. And Abby in grade 10 and 25-year-old Abby are very different. And that is so interesting to me, because 16-year-old Abby cared so much about what boys thought of her. And 25-year-old Abby couldn't care less. like, could not care less. 16-year-old Abby had, like, I don't know, things that she liked that she was, like, starting to get out of that phase of because they weren't what her friends liked, and she wanted to just, like what her friends liked, and now I'm, like, getting back into those things. It's very interesting. Like, plants. I have always loved the idea of plants. I have never really naturally had a green thumb, but I've always thought if I could work on it, I would get there. But I hung out with boys, so that's just not something I ever pursued. And then now I have, like, tons of plants here. I'm not doing very well. Let's be honest with that. I'm definitely not a plant mom, or a good plant mom, but we're working on it. And then I have some at work. I don't know, I really like plants. Like, the few friends from high school that I've kept are, like, the true, tried and true, the amazing people. And my friend Alyssa, who I've been friends with since, like, grade 10, like, it's so funny because we stopped talking for a few years. Not, like, we didn't have a fight or anything. We just, like, lost touch. And we got back in touch recently, and we're just, like, still, like, perfectly made to be friends. We like so much of the same stuff. She's a plant lady. You've met Alyssa. She's been on my channel before in, like, different vlogs and that sort of thing. So it's just really interesting to me. The reds in the Huda Ruby palette are a little too pinky, I think. So I'm going to try to dirty them up a little bit with the Naked Heat palette. I feel like this palette did get, like, rave reviews when it came out, and then it kind of died, but I like it. I like it. I never would have thought in 2010, if you told me that in 10 years, I would own a reptile and have a container of crickets that I keep to feed the reptile. I would have told you were insane. But I do have that. And I would have thought at that point that I would have moved out at this point, but I'm really glad that I haven't, actually, because I have learned just from my little stints being home alone that I definitely do better in a house full of people. And I like it here. You know, it's a very American thing to have to move out by 25. I feel like that's just, it's just not for me. I like it here. We've modified this house enough to make it accessible that anywhere else I go is just making my life harder, so let's not do that until I have to, you know? What next? I kind of want to take, like, a little bit of a pointier brush and poke it into, is this a pointier? It is now. We're going to point it into my crease a little more with a darker red. I think, right? Yeah, something like that. Not only all that, but, like, 15, 16-year-old Abby, she had this, like, theory of life that all she wanted to do was just blend in and, like, not really be noticed because people were staring at me anyway because I'm in a wheelchair. And while that is fair enough, like, I'm too weird to blend in. I'm so sorry. And again, I'm looking at it from the other way now. People are staring at me anyway, so I might as well be as weird as I want. What do you think of that? For just, like, the crease stuff. I wonder if I can, like, do a cut crease silver look with this. Let me go get one of my little spatulas. No, maybe I can just do it with just this brush. I'm going to do my best to carve out this crease, but I can't make you any promises. Oh my god, that took all of my concentration that I have ever had in my tiny body. Okay, now we're going to try to take some silver and pack it on. This could work. I am confident that it's possible. Silver is not as light as I thought it was. It's a little bit of a darker, deeper silver. Dang it, Bobby. Oh well, we gotta go with it now. I'm already too far in. Is that silver too dark for Christmas, do you think? Whatever, it's what we have. That was too much work for me to just brush it off and call it a day. Now I have to do the other side. Ugh. feel like my cut crease could be smoother. Something like that, right? You see that? See me run over the background with no effort at all because I don't know how to drive. I have to say, repositioning myself after I've had to move out of my spot for anything was maybe the worst part about shooting that video. What else even happened this year in the world? Trump got impeached. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize, like, I did not know until news coverage of the Trump thing, and then I looked into it myself, that Bill Clinton was impeached. I didn't know that. A reminder that I'm Canadian, so that's probably why I never learned about it in school. Or really while it was happening. But yeah, I didn't know that. Is that even at all? It looks much more even on camera than it does in real life. So I might just leave it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'll grab some lashes or something after. Just to make it look a little more, you know? I think if the Senate, like, let's say pigs fly and there's hellfire and that sort of thing, and the Senate did decide to kick out Trump, he would be the first president kicked out, wouldn't he? Because obviously Clinton wasn't, and I don't think Andrew Johnson was. I don't know why I said Johnston. I don't think Andrew Johnson was kicked out. So that would be interesting. It won't happen, but it's interesting, to say the least. My American history is very rusty. And I always thought I had a good handle on Canadian history, and then I started working in radio, and I realized I know nothing about Canada. Isn't that so embarrassing? Never forget, one of my first years in radio, one of my hosts, Larry, he asked me to book him some lawyer or something to talk about the 60s scoop. And I had no idea what that was. So I called the lawyer, I booked her, I said, Larry Fedoruk wants to talk to you about the 60s scoop. And she was like, yeah, cool. I booked her, and then he came in later, and he asked me if I had it booked, and I did, and I gave him all the information, and I said, by the way, I have no idea what the 60s scoop is. And he said, well, you know, like, residential schools. And I was like, what's that? I swear to you, we never learned about those in school, at least not in the school that I went to. And that boggles my mind that is such a massive piece of Canadian history that I had to learn about through my work in my adult life. Like, I feel like that's something that the public school system should have taught me. Because that's fucked up. And I'll be mad about that forever, I think. Like, it's not my fault that I didn't know. How can it be someone's fault for not knowing, you know? But, like, I'm still mad about it. Like, how did I not know? How did I get all the way to, like, 22 years old and I didn't know what a residential school was? I had never heard that term before in my life. Okay, so now that the eyelids are done, I do want to add a little bit of shadow just to the under eye. So we're talking about things that we've learned in the last decade. I definitely feel like I've learned a lot more about people and the world and the happenings of the world and social justice and that sort of thing, because that was not even in the disability front. That was just something I didn't really know a lot about at all when I was 15, 16, 10 years ago. And now it's like a big part of my day I spend reading about social justice and caring about how people are treated and that sort of thing. And when I was 15, 16, it was just not something that crossed my mind. But I care now, though I care now, doesn't that count for something? I'm just gonna, like, powder my whole face down so I can do some stuff. This powder here is the Body Shop face powder, the all-in-one face base, and I went there to buy 2 products that I had run out of, and they were having their buy 2, get the third one free sale, and I was like, I don't know what to get for my third one, like, I'm not running out of anything else. And so I just randomly grabbed their powder, and I actually really like it. And then we're just gonna take this brush, and this. It's really hard to think about my life in terms of the past 10 years, because that's like the bulk of my life, you know what I mean? Like, you spend the first, I'm only 25, and you spend the first 10 years of your life just kind of like becoming a human physically, and then you spend the next 10 years of your life becoming a human, like, mentally, I think. So I don't even remember 15, 16-year-old Abby. I'm sure, like, if I ever decided to become a politician, I'm sure there's, like, Tumblr posts or tweets or something in the depths of the internet for me that would get me in trouble, because, like I said, 15, 16-year-old Abby was stupid. It was just focused on trying to get people to like her and didn't really know what she was saying or doing. But it is what it is. I can't go back and change that now, you know? I'm a big believer in owning up to your mistakes and admitting you're wrong and promising to do better in the future, and I believe I have done better, and I will continue to do better, and that's all I can say. I really want to, like, get really good at contouring my nose. When I think about goals for 2020, like, I have 2 goals. I want to get really good at contouring my nose, and I also want to get really good at a Kermit the Frog voice. I just feel like a Kermit the Frog voice is something so handy that it's a skill that I don't have, that I wish I had, like a Kermit the Frog here. Like, I can't do it. I want to be able to do it. That's, like, a really big goal for me. So, like, what's your 2020 goal? Because clearly mine is very important and earth-shattering and life-changing. I bought a box from Michael's. It's actually supposed to be, like, one of those boxes that go over Kleenex boxes. I painted it and I made it pretty. And I'm going to fill it with happy things every day over 2020. And then at the end of 2020, we're going to make a video going through them all. Because I do truly believe, and always have believed, that you get what you put into the world. And I have spent my entire life being a grump, and I'm still going to be a grump because it's my brand. But I want to put some positivity out there, so we're going to try that. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I bought a $2 box and painted it. But I figured that might make a cute video for a year from now. Okay, the cut crease on this eye looks absolutely dreadful. I'll just keep my eyes, like, wide open at you this whole time. It doesn't look as bad on this side, but it looks really bad on this side. This is the side that I use too much concealer for, though, so that's probably why. Do you think I can, like, do this? I'm gonna, like, contour with it a little bit. That's what Pompberry does. Look at that nose contour. It actually looks pretty good on camera. Okay, so I really want to try, and this might ruin my entire makeup, but I really want to try fake freckles. I literally bought this Essence. This is an eyeliner pen. I thought it was an eyebrow pencil when I bought it, or an eyebrow pen when I bought it, but that doesn't really matter. And I want to try fake freckles. I tried this actually on the Great Holiday Food Drive day, but then I put the sparkles on over top so you couldn't even see them. So we're just going to try this now. And I don't know how I'm going to position myself so that I have a steady surface and a steady arm and all that. You like how I broke the back of my mirror? I totally just dropped this mirror one day. If I'm going to have 7 years of bad luck for every mirror I've broken, I'm going to have bad luck into the next lifetime. So I think this is like, this might take all of my concentration, okay? So we're going to try it though. And then you're supposed to dab it with your finger while it's still wet. To like lift some of the color off. Doesn't really seem to be working though. Does that look decent? I feel like I really don't know what I'm doing. This takes forever. That's it. It officially takes forever. Look what I just did. Okay, so my camera shut off sometime around me finishing drawing the freckles. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to swoosh my beauty blender into it and see if that helps soften them a little bit. Like, do you think this is helping at all? Make them look less like just dots all over my face? I think so. Okay, I just want to go in with the blush again on my nose to, like, contour it a little more, you know? Like, you know, a little more. I think the last step is I'm just going to dump out some sort of goldy glitter. These are the only glitters I own, and I don't own anything even moderately green or red, so I'm just gonna take the whitish one. We're gonna put it like everywhere. So we're just gonna take a little bit of this, tap a little bit of it out. That's it. Then we're gonna, woo! Get it? Now I've got silver and gold. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Everyone wishes for silver and gold. I have no idea if those are the words. I think so. Something like that, right? What are you doing for New Year's Eve? Because, like, last year I went to bed super early because I was doing news the next morning. This year, Sam and I are volunteering at the Humane Society until 8 that night, and then I'll probably come home, watch a couple of movies, and go to bed, to be honest with you. New Year's is just, like, not a big thing for me because what people like to do is go out and get really drunk, right? And what do they do when they're drunk? They're stupid and unbreakable. So I don't enjoy being around people who are, like, drunk and falling and stuff because it's embarrassing for them, but also because it's a hazard to me. So that's the one night a year. I mean, let's be honest, I stay in every night of the year, but that's the one night a year where I'm like, I'm not doing anything tonight, specifically as a rule to keep myself safe. I use that as my excuse, at least. I should go see Cats on New Year's Eve. That would be really funny. Bring in 2020 with, like, the weirdest movie of 2019. I've actually never seen Cats all the way through, because when I was younger, I was absolutely petrified of McCavity. There we go. Got the eyebrow out again. So I still haven't seen it all the way through. But I'm hoping a cavity being played by Idris Elba will help me out this time. I feel like the last thing I need is lipstick, but I have no idea what color lipstick to put on. Like, do I put on nude? Do I put on red? I don't know. A dark color? Give me a sec, I gotta figure this out. Okay, I don't know what happened here. This was supposed to be a holiday look, as you know, but it did not really work out that way. I put on some magnetic lashes while I went over there to try to find a lipstick, and then this lipstick is the one that I ended up landing on because I felt like I tied everything together. So this is that Sorme lipstick that I got in my Yes or Yes bag a while ago. This is Twist, and it's just like this dark purpley, and it's got sort of like reddy, pinky flecks of glitter in it, which probably doesn't really pick up on camera, but you can really see them in person. So this is the final look. I give the overall look, 2 thumbs up. I like it, except for the freckles. They do not look natural. But I never said I was an expert at them. I said we were trying them. I bought that marker, and I've been trying to do it. I haven't quite figured it out. I was going to say mastered the art, but I haven't even noticed the art. I'm not very good at it. But I will get better. I will get better. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe if you have not subscribed already. What are your plans for New Year's Eve? How was your 2019? What are you looking forward to in 2020? Let me know what's on your mind these days. Okay? Down in the comments below. Type it out. Let me know. I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!